This is Jim Sindoma with the fifth installment of the 5 essential elements to start a business, grow a business, and sustain a business. Behind me is the last manufacturing plant, the last glass manufacturing plant in Corning, New York. And that's where my humble beginnings began. And it evolved into a life of entrepreneurship. And if that's your journey, then that's our journey. So let's talk about, quick review, the 5 elements. The first one is you must have as many resources as possible and list those resources in order of priority. So the first one is your network. Your network is going to save you. The second most important one is a market. There must be a need in the market for your product or service. Second, your product, your quality product, quality service must turn a profit. And that may sound funny, but a lot of people have no idea what their profit margin is. And you must guard that profit margin with your life once you accurately calculate it. Third, whatever you're doing must be repeatable. Now, everything is repeatable. It's how easily does that repetition lend itself to systems and automation, which brings us to the fourth one, which is scalability. So you may be able to repeat what you're doing, but it may be less than optimal for automation and systems that need to be put into place to take advantage of the economies of scale. And that brings us to the last one, which is sustainability. How do you know whether your business is sustainable or not? Just a real quick rewind. During the last video, I made a mistake. I said it was the 4th installment of 4. So I'm correcting. This is the 5th of 5th and the last one. So, what is sustainability? Now, I may hesitate a little bit on this because I want to avoid breaking a personal rule of mine, which is to always avoid speaking about something that you haven't earned the right to speak about. So I am going to only talk about the business side of sustainability. So how can you tell if your business is sustainable or not? Easy. Take a month vacation. See what happens. What does your business look like when you walk away from it for 30 days? Is it a mess? And what's it going to take to get it back to where it should be? Now, I learned this lesson the hard way because I was able to work through the first 4 essential elements, and the sustainability part was the big challenge for me. If I walked away from my business for a week, it took me a week to get it back on track. And the reason being is I had less than optimal systems and people in place. The systems was the easy part. Getting the people is the real challenge. So that's an easy way to tell whether your business is sustainable or not. Now, here's the real life lesson. Only a few businesses are truly sustainable. Just about every business needs some kind of maintenance. Now, your business may be able to go a month before it needs maintenance. Some may 2. Some may only be 2 or 3 days. So that's the reality of it. So you have to put yourself on a schedule and get the right people in place. Now, here's the part of sustainability that I'm going to be very careful and tippy-toe around. And that is, once your business is sustainable and it's making money, part of sustainability is, what do you do with that money? And that is the financial part of sustainability. So a lot of people like to talk about passive income. Running a business that is sustainable is less than passive. So passive income is when you can walk away. You go to bed at night, you wake up, you're $5,000 richer. Think of Warren Buffett. He goes to bed at night, he wakes up $1 million better than he was 8 hours ago. So in order to really be truly sustainable in your business and your entrepreneurial life, you have to get involved with a financial planner. And that's where I need to really pretty much end this, because I have very little knowledge about financial planning. Here's the extent of my knowledge. There are three things when it comes to money. First, you got to know how to make money. You got to know how to spend money. And you have to learn how to put money to work for you. And that last part is the hardest part. So you learn how to make money. Actually, learning how to spend money, most people don't get beyond that, because most people spend $1 and they get 10 cents worth of value. When you know how to spend money, you spend $1 and you get $2 worth of value. And that leads us to the third one, which is investing. My advice, find a really good financial planner. And I'd like to recommend H&H out of Corning, New York. They're the ones that handle my financial planning. I'm very happy with them. You find your own financial planner. I recommend that you do the research and get 3 good recommendations and make them prove why you should go with them. This is Jim Sindoma. 5 essential elements to start and grow a successful business. And that is, once again, muster your resources. Most important, your network and the marketplace. You must have a quality product and service. It must be repeatable. You must be able to put systems into place to take advantage of the economies of scale. And then finally, you must have the ability to sustain that business.